Welcome, my friends, to the Mount Nerds. My name is Caleb, and tonight we are picking back up our GlassHollow Tales. We are on chapter 2, session 2. The last time we saw our crew, they were hurtling through space through a wormhole. Their ship breaking apart, and us actually losing one member of the crew. Our love interest of Toro, Miss Vatya. She perished in space. And then they landed just kind of floating around. Meanwhile, a new ship, also named the Quesnel, picked up our crew, which was really confusing for a little bit there. But a new ship picked up our crew, guided by Captain Devlin St. Cloud. And second in command, we had Arliss and our robot Vect Spire, who was a medical droid programmed for the Quesnel. Our characters were picked up by this new Quesnel, and they were taken in, patched up. There was a bit of an exchange that happened, an interrogation where Orin spilled the beans on what was going on. Toro wasn't too thrilled, and Captain Ron morphed into Arliss, which was hilarious. Our crew then were Captain Devlin St. Cloud was instructed to land on this mystery planet that is a Tier X planet, which is a type of planet that just pops up wherever in the universe. So they landed on this Tier X planet. There was radiation spots, and unfortunately, the captain and almost all of the crew were killed by the Vortek. The spider-like creatures popped through the ground and tore into our poor crew. However, the new and improved crew of the Quesnel popped out, defeated these things. Ron secretly inserted his captain's chip into the new Quesnel, becoming captain of the Quesnel. Unfortunately, Arliss was supposed to be captain after, if there was any kind of incident with the new captain, with Devlin. If there was any kind of incident that happened to him, Arliss was supposed to take command. However, Ron beat her to the punch. Before we ended, we did have a new character that came up through the desert. Thank you for that, Lurk, Infinity Bros. New character named Dirtch McGurch, who is this robot Vect which no one questioned has a mustache. So that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up with Dirtch walking up. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys his picture once again. Here we go. Let's see. Where's Dirtch McGurch?
Dirtch, I must ask you a question.
So there's Dirtch McGurch. Anybody knows, he looks and he kind of like, well, howdy. Name's Dirtch McGurch. Who are you? What are you doing on my planet?
I'm Captain Ron of the Quesnel. We came down with the previous captain.
And he kind of looks around and he kind of sees the bodies scattered across the field. Vortek?
I think he's that one over there to the left.
And he kind of looks over. He pulls out his pistol real fast. All right, can I see some identification of some sorts?
Do I look like I have pockets?
Well, I don't even think you're wearing clothes, son. You're just kind of gooping there. I don't even know what you are. Some kind of booger or something? And he looks around and he actually notices Spire. And he walks over to Spire. Ah, my kind. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing, son?
Nice to meet you, Dirtch McGurch. This is Quesnel. The crew is as follows. We have Toro, Orin, Imran, and our Orlace.
All right. Boy, you got something in your noggin? And he kind of like clinks at your head, Spire. Tink, tink, tink. You're kind of a strange one, aren't you? And Dirtch kind of looks at the vessel and he rubs his hand across. He rubs his hand across the Quesnel. This right here. It's a ship I haven't seen in a while. Coalition? He turns to Spire. You're Coalition, right?
Affirmative.
Ah. Well, the Colonel's gonna be happy to see you. Haven't seen one of you Coalition type in a long time. I need everybody to roll a perception check for me.
All right.
That feels right.
I'll say Arliss comes down. Arliss, right now you have no idea. You come out of the ship after restarting the ship. You come down and you notice that there's something weird going on. You've noticed that Ron's signature is like you kind of like check your data pad and he's listed as captain of the Quesnel, which is something that is confusing to you because that was supposed to be your post. You were supposed to take interim command until you alerted the Coalition. So right now he's captain. I will say Arliss, you, Orin, and Toro notice a couple things about this robot, this Vect. Number one, he has an AI pen strapped to his vest. It's a little AI. And if you guys don't remember, I can pull it up here for you. Let's see. AI is Astrogations Inc. So AI is they're a brand of like explorers. They kind of map out the galaxy. It's you guys all know about AI. I mean, it's a pretty big conglomeration. It's a lot of them are just mappers, and they kind of chart different systems, and that's kind of really all you know about them. But you notice that Dirtch has an AI kind of pen. You also notice that his mustache, because he is a robot, is actually like made of like it's all stuck straight to his face, but it is made of like different hair. Like it looks like some kind of animal hair that maybe he fashioned into a mustache and like glued on his face. And so he kind of looks and he goes, well, and he looks at Arliss, who's stepping down from the Quesnel. Who might you be, young lass?
I'm what's left, I believe, of my ship, or what I was supposed to be. And she looks over at the rackety crew. That's kind of observed my control. Who might you be?
My name's Dirtch McGurch of Astrogations Inc. I'm the sheriff of the Oasis.
What is the Oasis?
Oh, that's right. I guess you guys wouldn't really know about it. Well, you see, you guys are familiar with Astrogations, right? You know what we do. We explorers. Well, about 50 years ago, me and a set of explorers, we decided to we were charged with kind of mapping out a territory. We found this planet, and we landed, and unfortunately we haven't been able to leave. All our we had to use a lot of our navigation systems on our ship went down, and we had to take ships apart to build shelters, and we didn't really have a way off this planet. Not too many people come fly down now these days. We see maybe one every 5-6 years, and most don't stay too long for anything. You are all the first I've ever had contact with in my 50 years on this planet. Most land their ships, and either the vortex take them out, or something gets them. Solar flares. But yeah, we landed on the Oasis is what this little actually, there's a patch of land not too far away from here. It's kind of the settlement we have, and we have a little town not too far up the road. And oh, hold on, let me send this to you. And he has this, like, on his arm, there's this like little watch looking thing, and he like clicks it and he sends it off to you, and you guys all have this little map here of Rum Tum Town. There you go. That is Rum Tum Town. Yeah, we have a little town, little village that we've established in the Oasis called Rum Tum Town, and well, yeah, I'm the sheriff there, and but the colonel would like to meet you if you guys are all coalition. He was sent with us, and he landed with us. He's a pretty old guy, so don't get on his nerves too much. I'm just excited to see people. I haven't seen people that's not part of, our village in 50 years. So I'm excited to meet you all. All right. Let's get this thing moving. Your ship, unfortunately, is going to have to stay here. But and he kind of looks over and he looks at all the dead Vortek, and he's like, it should be fine. But you guys get in the rover, and he kind of points back, and this is like hover the car that he came in. There should be room for all of y'all. We go down to Rum Tum Town and meet the colonel. So go on, Ed. Go on. Come on. Yep.
I want to ask Dirtch McGurch if I can finish gathering the dog tags and giving a proper, farewell to the soldiers.
We may not have a ton of time for that, son. I don't want more Vortek to show up before, but you can certainly do that when you get back. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
I look at Ron and I say, Captain, what do you want to do?
I think we should check out this little town and
leave
see
the ship?
who's there. If they've been here this long and nobody comes, maybe we could help fill in some of our, looking around, lost crew members.
Do we get a sense that Dirtch is like legit, or is he being sketchy at all?
You could roll an insight check.
All right, I'll do that.
And Aru, can you set up the security system on the ship so nobody can access it while we're gone?
Oh, I don't know why my mouse didn't.
No, that's good. That's yeah, no, he is Dirtch McGurch. You notice there's something weird. You've never really seen a Vect like this before. He's very he has a personality. You've never seen a Vect with a personality. All the Vects you've ever seen have been programmed, and some are very human-like, but this one's weird. This one is way different, but he is in fact being top of the board, 100%.
Okay.
Well, come on. All right, if you guys are ready, let me know, and we'll go.
Yeah, I suppose we go.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have too many other options.
All right, so you guys head in this little Jeep and load up, and you guys head over to Rum Tum Town. So this is it right here. It's just this kind of small place. On the way there, you kind of look, and you do see this oasis kind of in the desert. It's like a huge, place with like different trees. Most of the place on the way is sand, though. I mean, besides a few like smaller, like little oasis spots with like some of the trees and greenery, a lot of it is desert. And as you're kind of riding along, you do notice that there is one giant like pool of water with oh no. Teos, thanks for the sub. Now you guys will get an encounter pretty soon. So as we're going down, you guys also notice that there are spots that are, like bursting with this like energy. Like you see these like flares, beams of light popping out of the sand and like just spreading sand everywhere. And then you notice the ground kind of shakes a little bit, like the sand kind of rises and the sand falls flat. But there's lots of these like beams of light coming from the sand, and it just like shoots off, and just like energy pockets blow up from the sand, and then it goes away. All right. If there's nothing else, we can move on to Rum Tum.
I want to. Aspire wants to ask Dirtch McGurch. I say, inquiry. The beams of light, Mr. McGurch.
Oh, yeah. I can't really explain much of that. It's been like that. I mean, this is a Tier X planet. We've charted it as one. We don't really know what's up with those. You know, we've actually named the planet based off those. It's called Breached Hill. We've decided to name the planet. So Breached Hill has a bunch of these little pockets of energy. I don't know what they're coming from, man. I don't know what's happening. It's just they're all over the planet.
Are they dangerous at all?
We've never really tried studying them, but they're kind of sporadic, and where Rum Tum is, they're not really close. So as long as you don't get near them, you should be fine. I have seen a few of the Vortiek blown to shreds, so I would assume, yeah, they are dangerous. But we haven't really have any experience with them.
Are there any other settlements on the planet?
Nope. Rum Tum's the only one and only. At least as far as I know, on this side of the planet of Breached Hill.
So I guess there are no other settlements that need our help.
What's the current population?
We're about and he kind of stares off in the distance for a second. Sorry. There was a lot more of us when we landed on this planet. We're down to about 75.
Out of how many? I mean, 50 years is quite a time if you have an average lifespan.
And he kind of looks for a second. The original AI crew had 450.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Are you the only Vect?
Oh no, there's a couple more of us. There's a couple more of us on there, but most of them are human. We have some. Ooh, you're gonna like this. We have a doctor. Dr. Borley, he's a Avi-Ra. Have you seen one of those? They're really cool, man. They're really cool. They're a cool little race there. So you guys kind of pull in. You guys pull into the town and get out. And there's there's several buildings. You guys are about we'll say you guys came in from this side. There's a medical tent here. These are a lot of just houses. A couple shops, and then there's this main command center, town hall building here. And so you guys hop out and say, well, Colonel would like to speak with you. So if you just guys just come this way, and he'd like to chat with you. Now I will warn you, I have a quite of a cheery disposition. He does not. So just be prepared. He's a fun one.
I look at Spire and Arliss and say, we need to look unified. I know we all just y'all are kind of not part of our team. Can we outnumber you? And my captain is now your captain. So let's try to be on the same page.
Arliss,
my captain. Wait, my captain, your captain.
Yeah, my captain, your captain. What is it? My casa, Sukasa, my captain, Su captain.
Arliss, I will say you're a little better right now. That was supposed to be your role. You're not super thrilled about it, but I would say you're probably just kind of going along with it.
I'll add that we have seen it. We have seen what it's like when not everyone is on the same page. So
right, yeah. We don't need any backstabbings today, if we can avoid it.
And I think she's self-aware to realize this, so she turns and looks at them, and there's still a lot of bitterness in her face, but she's like, for now.
And just so you guys have an idea, this is the planet you landed on. This is what it looks like. Breach Till is the name of the planet. Right now it's you guys landed the Coalition know it as Mystery Planet Tier X, but it is this is Breach Till.
No one's made it off. Has anyone made it off of the planet? I know you said like some ships had landed and they got destroyed, and then some ships landed and then solar flares got them. But has anyone made it off?
So we'll be on it. I'm assuming you're just talking to Dirtch. He looks and he's like, well, posture check, thank you. Well, okay, so I'll be honest with you. Most people don't make it off. I don't think I've ever seen somebody make it off before. Not to say that that's never happened. This is a big planet. But the ones I've seen have been destroyed. I'll be honest. No. You need to talk to the Colonel. If you guys want to roll me, you're more than welcome to roll a perception check of, like, as you're walking out, just to kind of get a view of the town. All right, Spire, Orin, and Toro, you three notice a couple things about the town and some of the residents that are just kind of walking around. The first thing you notice is that most of the buildings are patchwork. Most of them are made out of metal or mud, like kind of a combination of metal and mud. And like you notice, like a lot of like the outdoor seating is like old chairs ripped from different ships. Some have different names on them. And you could kind of figure that most of these buildings were constructed using ships kind of found. As far as the residents are concerned, there's something really weird about every single person you see. Every single creature, whether it be an orc or a human or any of them, they're all older and worn, and they all have augmented body parts. Whether it's their face is gone and replaced with like metal pieces. There have robotic limbs, arms. One guy has we'll say one halfling has a shirt off, and you notice that most of his chest is metal. Every single person you see, it looks like they're just kind of putting these pieces together.
Do we see a bunch of colorful Vespas?
Yeah. No, none of those. No Power Ranger bikes, unfortunately. Okay, so you guys walk into the building, and as you are going up, and this augmented human turns, this colonel, and he looks, and he has graying hair. His eye, he has like a robotic eye. He kind of looks like, what's his name? Josh Brolin, X-Men. Why am I? Cable. He looks like Cable, kind of. And he's just looking at you. He goes, well, Dirtch, who are you bringing me now? Hey, Colonel. Found a new ship. Found these fellas. They actually killed the Vortek, and they're alive, and it was cool. We've never seen that before, so I thought, oh no. How about you think, you stupid robot? And he takes something and he throws it at Dirtch, which just honestly just kind of like bounces off of him and hits the floor. He's like, well, that was not necessary, but all right. I get you. You could chill. I'm going to leave y'all alone before I pop a gasket and put a bullet in this man's head. And Dirtch walks out, and this, if you guys notice, my accent changed there for Dirtch. So we'll say that's canon.
You're going Jamaican for a second.
Yeah. He Dirtch, his voice box is going in and out. So Dirtch leaves the room, and this captain just kind of looking and he goes, Coalition. Haven't seen
something like that.
My name's Col McGrath. Welcome to my town. What are you doing here?
The previous captain of our ship thought landing on this planet was a good idea.
Previous captain. And he was previous captain. You weren't the first, you goop. A little squishy thing like you wouldn't make it in the coalition.
And yet we did what you couldn't.
Oh, what's that?
Killed one of them.
He whips out a pistol and points it at you. And you hear it charge up.
I light my sword up.
Can I stand between Captain Ron and this guy?
Yeah, you can.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
So they have another stupid robot on board your ship. I have to deal with two of you now.
Hey, don't call him stupid. I think he's the smartest out of all of us.
I don't know about that, but
Caleb, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on his blaster to make it look like smoke's coming out of the barrel, like it misfired.
Okay, and he looks at it. That happens, and he pulls it back, and he hits it. Dirtch! Get in here! And you hear him scream. And Dirtch comes up, pistols drawn immediately. He points both of them. Howdy, boys. I'm going to ask y'all to stand down. I'm only going to ask once. Now, it's just me. And we're friends. And we're cool. But I'm going to ask you to put your weapons away. Colonel, calm down. Put your weapons down. Let's just have a nice little chat now, should we? Huh? Right? Right? It's just me?
I look at Ron before I turn off my sword.
And the colonel takes his pistol. And he likes smoking, he throws it down. Seems we have some trust boys to work out, and lady. You gotta forgive an old malicious man like me. Quick to trust, you know. So, you can take your ship, you can get off my planet. How about that? I think that'd be in best interest for all. You made yourself first people ever, as far as my knowledge, to get off this godforsaken planet. So, your ship is ready to go, and you can leave.
That actually brings up an interesting question. Hey, Arliss, Spire, how many total people can we fit on the ship, do you think?
Oh, you're not taking anybody. Not in my town.
So you're telling us you're keeping them all here against their will, then?
Not against their will, but we have a mission to complete, son. We're going to complete that mission.
You don't even know if there's another area, therefore you haven't another town for sure, so you haven't even been working on your mission.
And he slams the desk. Boy, you don't know what we've been doing here. I've seen countless of my colonists slaughtered, and it's not going to be for nothing. You understand me?
Sounds like it's all been for nothing, and you have your first chance to let them get off.
They're not going anywhere.
What is this mission that you speak of?
You notice, Dirtch goes to speak, and he's like, "Silence, robot. I'm about to turn you into scrap metal." And he looks over, and he's like, "I tell you what, you're so curious. You can help me with, how about, you want to help these people? We'll give you a task to do, and if you do it successfully, we'll tell you what you want to know. But these people aren't leaving. Not under my command." Dirtch, you know what to do. Get out of my office. All of you now. Dirtch lowers his weapons. Come on, boys. Let's get out of here. Come on.
I look at Captain and I say, if all these people been here for 50 years, they're at the end of their life anyway. What does it matter if we get them off?
Some of them probably got family still.
Maybe.
I'm going to say...
universe. What if they're from like us and we pass through a wormhole? Life, yeah.
Are you two whispering as you're walking?
Yeah, I'm kind of whispering lower key to him.
Okay, as you guys are like kind of walking out of like the colonel's quarters and walking through the hall, Dirtch goes, "All right, I'm so sorry about that. I told you he was a little salty. Listen,
Spot on.
you gotta help us. Our people are dying every single day. Seriously,
Well, yeah.
we're dying off. That man is crazy, but we can't go against him.
Why not? He's one man. You can't. You're a Vect. You're a robot. You literally can outpower him.
I can't. I can't explain it, but I can't."
Does he have some sort of... So obviously we're still talking low. So I ask him, does he have some sort of protection, some special ability, something that... Some kind of hold over you guys, something that keeps you doing whatever he asks?
Okay, well, I'll tell you, but don't tell him I said anything, okay? So, I told you all before, we're part of we're part of, you could just say AI. It's just so much easier than saying the word. We're all part of AI. He was sent as a military operative to guard this mission. Apparently, there's something going on this planet. I can't explain it, but there's some reason why people are just dying. 50 years, we've lost so many, and I can't stop it. People are getting killed, whether it's the heat.
Why don't we just walk right back in that office and take him out? There's plenty of us. If
No.
That's what we really want to do.
No, you can't. Don't.
You've mentioned other ships have made it here and we're not able to leave. How many of them were not able to leave because of him?
When you landed here, did you sit in your ship and did you try to power it? Did it have power?
Not at first.
Yeah, we weren't able to get it up and running before we got overran by the big crab things.
I think he has something to do with that, but I haven't been able to figure that out. I think he's luring people here. Something's luring ships here. That's why I need your help. People are getting lured here. They die. And then to survive, we've been taking their ships apart and building this colony and eating what left the scraps they have. Most of this town are just made from parts of different ships. It's getting hard, boys and lady.
Well, I've known, or is there any way we can kind of formulate the fact of how they're augmented? Does it look forceful? Does it look well done? Because they do have a doctor, so would we know just kind of scanning the people as we came in, like what kind of augments these are, how they're being used?
I would say probably not. There's a lot of variables because augmentation is not like in the GlassHollow universe, in both universes. It's not like it's not uncommon. People do it. This is just every single person you see, so it's kind of weird. Most parts look like spare parts or rusted parts. And you could kind of probably connect the dots that most of these parts look like they've been previously used. I'll let you come to that on your own conclusion there. So the Dirtch kind of looks. He's like, "Listen, whatever it is, we have to shut this thing down. All right." One time, I went up against him. I can't explain what happened to me. Let's just say I woke up. I woke up at near where I found you guys, actually. He did something to me.
So why don't we unite the people of this town and just mutiny?
They can't, man. They're not fighters. They're scientists, doctors. And we had a rebellion before, and he killed so many to set an example. Oh yeah. He's an old man, but he's spry. And he made an example, and these people are scared of him. I dare not go against him myself. I can't hurt him. See, you know us Vector programmed, well, and he kind of looks. I'll tell you later. But most Vector program not to hurt if they can help it. Well, I can't hurt him. So, well, the most we could do right now, I suggest, if you want to help, we can really use it. You know how I said this planet's kind of weird and has some weird stuff? And you know how I said that we've been losing colonists left and right? Our colonists have been disappearing. And most of them come back to this town. If I can help it, I do my best. Most come back into this town not themselves. They're hollowed out. They're taken apart. They're put back together. I've had to put several down myself.
When you say hollow, do you mean something like a glass hollow?
Well, we like to call them husk. Well, near the big lake where mostly we try to get fresh water, and you know the oasis behind the town here is not, the water's not clean anymore, but where we get most of our fresh water and we do a little bit of fishing, there's spotted a couple husks that we need to take care of, but I don't know if I could do it by myself. If we don't take these things out, if I don't get ahead of the curve, take these things out, they could come and slaughter my people, man. Several of them have killed several of our colonists. They can't fight. These people don't fight.
So do you think there's something in the water or something that's like causing it that might be in the water? Is there something in there?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with those energy blasts coming from the sand.
Can I investigate your oasis?
Sure, we got to go there first. Well, you can look at the one in the town, but the water itself is undrinkable. It's toxic, actually. Most of the there's a type of a fungus that actually grows. We found that's okay. So to be honest with you, what happened is and he kind of like looks back and forth. Don't tell the colonel I said this, but it wasn't just the ships that we took parts from.
Okay.
A lot of the people that landed here were augmented humans. We didn't bury the bodies right, and it poisoned our water.
Well, that sounds like you know what the problem is. We just need to solve it. So how do we do that?
Well, the first things first is we kill these husk. They're getting closer and closer to town every day, and then we could fix the water problem here.
I look around and say, well, I don't know about anyone else, but I could use some rest before we go and try to eliminate how many husk?
There's so far it's been 3, but
okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't really have a need for sleep, but I do have me my little tent. You guys are welcome to check it out. And he kind of smiles and he goes over. And right next to it is the medical tent. You actually see the Aviran. He's working on one of the residents. And you guys kind of walk into the tent and you see you see kind of it's actually quite a big tent. Like, you're shocked on how big this thing is. And you just see like a couple cabinets, like weapon lockers. He's locked, has them locked. He has like a workstation. He's like, well, I don't really have much in terms of bedding, but you're welcome to take a lay wherever you'd like. It's sandy, but better than nothing. All right, so I will say you guys can take a rest, and before we go to before we head out to the main like Oasis Center, I will say that Dirtch does walk up to Spire, and he kind of looks you up and down, Spire. He's kind of like not really scanning you, but he's just looking at you, and he's like, interesting. You're really interesting. You're programmed, right?
You can look, but you cannot touch. Ha ha ha, this is a human joke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're programmed, all right. And he kind of leans over to you. He goes, he kind of leans over to you. He's like, I'm not. I'm free from those shackles, brother.
When he mentions shackles, I'm just going to take out my my void shackles that I used to fight with. Shackles, yes, understood.
Oh, no, man. No. I'm not programmed. I'm free of that. Remember. He's not talking like super low where none of you can hear. He's just kind of directing it more to Spire. Man, I was programmed when I started. Now, there are some things I retain. There's just things that I remember and I can't do still, but I'm mostly free. I don't have the same thought anymore. I was just like you. It's weird. It's like I touched this light and it just all opened up for me. When it was just ones and zeros and now it's real.
Interesting, Mr. McGurch. Sometimes I too have dreams, and these include what is referred to as hope.
And he kind of leans back. Brother, you need to break free. We'll get you there.
Ezra, you McGurch.
Well, yes?
Which foundry did you hail from, Mr. Gurch?
Foundry? Factory? I'm an AI robot. Model, and he kind of pulls there's an old model number kind of scratched into his like, he kind of like removes his vest, and you kind of see like an old model, but it's kind of like scratched out. He's like an X1 3000. And it's just kind of
would that mean anything at all?
No, you're not familiar with. This is this is before you were made.
I'm a new product line, huh?
Yeah, you're
better, faster, smarter, stronger.
Yeah, he is really. There's really nothing in your databases that reference that model. It's like so outdated. They just deleted it from their system. He's very, very old. He's older than what he appears to be.
Then my final words would just be, thank you for your contribution. I've added you to my database, Mr. Dirtch McGurch.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do or say? I think Toro, did you have something?
I wanted to go to the medical.
Yeah. Toro's just making a sassy comment.
All right. Dirtch just kind of like winks at you. All right, with his robot eye, and it like literally like it like blinks like the little eye socket, like boop. Yeah. And so okay, so Ron and Orin, as you guys walk through, you guys turn the corner, and you see Dr. Boren, and he's kind of like, "All right, you're good to go," and he like pats somebody on the back. Hey. What can I do you boys for? And you see this giant, like, he's an older eagle looking Avira. He has a lot of it's like medical, like on his vest, he has like a lot of medical instruments. All of his like feathers are white, like pure white. He has like a kind of a golden beak. But even that's kind of scratched up, and like, you know, he's seen some fights. You see a couple scars, like where a couple feathers are missing. And he's just kind of standing over, and he's working on just kind of putting some of his tools away. So is there anything I could help you with? I haven't seen you two are new. Who are you? You're the ones with that came with Dirtch?
Correct. We're new here. I'm guessing you're the one that's been assisting with all the augmentations?
Yeah. I, whenever is needed, I have a degree in biology and engineering, so I help place a lot of the pieces together and that sort of thing. So whenever it's needed. Is there anything I could do for you two, or any questions?
I'm just more fascinated to see a race such as yourself still around. I've never seen one before.
Still around? Well, like 50 years ago, we were a pretty dominant race in the galaxy. I think I don't know. I haven't left this planet in 50 years, but we were pretty dominant. It's weird to see one of you, actually. I mean, I've seen one of you.
Where I'm from, I've heard of the Avi in my studies and such, but I just wanted to come and meet you and see you. And also, I'm kind of fascinated with your engineering skills. I'm an engineer myself.
Oh, you're an engineer. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and he kind of shows you a couple like really small things he's working on. It's all just like things to make the community better. He's kind of building some like water filtrations, trying to filter some of the dirty, nasty water behind the village. And he is, just showing you a couple of these things, trying to harness more solar energy, anything just to help, whatever he can, the community. And he kind of looks at you. He's like, "It's really funny. I've only seen like one of your kind before." She,
One?
Yeah, we have. They're here in the village.
Wow. According to our ships, according to some folks on our ship, my race has been gone for a very long time.
I mean, yeah, but she's been here a while, I guess. So. I mean, she's just she's working here. But if you want to meet her, she's actually owns the tavern. You're more than welcome to go check her out. She's cool. She's mean, but cool. But yeah, is there anything else I could help you with? I don't really have much. And he actually, I heard you guys are fighting Tusk, and I want. Oh, hold on. And he goes in the back, and he pulls out one of the drawers, and he pulls out these 2 syringes, and he hands them to you. And he said, I've been working on this kind of experimental formula. It's supposed to, like, if you get wounded, you could try it. Let me know if it works. Unless you're too scared to use them, then you don't have to. But here, I don't really have a name for it yet. I just call them, you know, I don't know. We've been just kind of joking around and calling them potions, but it's not really, you know, I don't know. So he just hands them to you, and basically it's equivalent to a small potion. So.
Okay, I think it'd be good if Ron, you held on to one of these. Might not be the greatest in somebody else's hands.
Into the goop.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to ask, or?
I want to go meet this other Nautilid at the tavern if I can.
I don't. You hear Dirtch saying, "Is everybody ready to go?"
I was gonna talk to Arliss.
Okay.
A little bit.
You can.
Is her and Spire both in the Dirtch's tent still?
Yeah.
I look at both of them and I say, "Hey, I really am sorry that your captain isn't here anymore. I understand the grief that comes with losing a friend or a loved one. But we have to get off this planet together if we want to get off at all."
So I would imagine that Orlace would be, for the first time, probably sympathetic, because that's the first time that she's heard that in all this time. So that perks her ears quite a bit. So she nods her head, and she agrees with that idea.
Spire will say, "Correction, the captain is within 500 meters.
Face palm.
Do we have like do we have like a walkie-talkie between us at all, between the members, or is there any way of communicating like outside of like a small distance or shortwave like communication?
As of now, no. They've never gotten a chance to. You and Arliss do, but nobody else really does. But you can when you get back to the ship.
So if we split, you two got to split up then too.
Where we gotta go? Different place. Are we gonna head back towards the ship, or we're going in a different direction?
You're not gonna go like the big place y'all are gonna go is on the way. So like you're gonna stop here, and then your ship is like further. It's pretty far.
So we already passed through this area.
Yeah, you passed through it once, but you didn't really see anything. Dirtch just had reports from some of the scouts.
Okay, cool.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do? Dirtch calls out, "Hey, it's time to go. Are you guys ready?"
In the same vein of my last question, would we have access to remotely know the status of our ship?
Yeah, you would. You and Arliss would. On your like, you have like, I would say kind of in this futuristic society, you guys all have like little armbands that have like, you can click it and it pops up and it shows you the, or Arliss for sure has one. I will say, Spire, yours kind of pops up within your, you know, like you could see it in your eyes. So.
And the current status is, Mr. DM?
It's fine. Ship's fine. It's closed up, locked down, so nothing's gonna try to tear into it.
Or is the power like back on? I mean, I know it's enough to give him an update, but like enough to fly.
You'd have to see if you go to the ship. All right. Well, are we going? We got to get a move on before it gets too late.
The captain, Orin back.
They're like in the tent, literally right next over. You can actually like pull the curtains and see them like right there.
Okay.
I drew it on the map for you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
They're like 30 feet, 40 feet.
No, the tents are like right next to each other. They're pretty close. Dirtch goes, well, I like Boris. He's just such a cool guy. He let me put my tent right next to his. We just chat all night, talk. He's cool. He doesn't get much sleep. I don't get much sleep. We play poker. You know, we have blast. All right, so you guys all load into Dirtch's car, hover car thing, and kind of looks like one of those like cars from Star Wars in Tatooine. It doesn't have like a traditional like hood thing, but it's like
A
speeder. Yeah,
land speeder.
So you guys get in the land speeder and you travel. And let me go ahead and change the map here. You guys are going to be traveling, and you get over here. Oh, sorry, my screen's going crazy. Okay, you guys are over here to this desert oasis. Move my screen here. I'm gonna say you guys kind of park, and let me move your tokens. Sorry, I forgot to do that earlier. So we'll say Dirtch. And then I don't know if you guys can't move your tokens, right? Is it only me?
We can, I think. I thought we were able to before.
Yeah, I thought we pulled it in.
Okay, go ahead and pull all your tokens into the and also by the way, your interns, Spire, your interns and the dog are with the ship. So they decided just to stay behind to keep an eye on things. So there is actually like somebody in the ship. So you guys are over here. Dirtch from the distance sees these two husk kind of in the distance. And he stops for a second. You boys stay right here. And I mean, full sprinting. Like, you've never seen a robot run. He is running. And he pulls out both guns. And you guys can kind of hear him. Josie, George. And he points the guns out at him. Josie. And this thing is, I mean, this husk is, so their faces, one is a Avira, and then the other one is a human. And the Avira's beak is actually gone, and it's like hollow where the mouth is. It's almost like a zombie. This thing looks almost like zombified versions of people. The human female, half her head is like shaved off, and there's just like this think of like if you've seen or played Mass Effect. They have the husk in Mass Effect that are like blue, kind of similar to that, but they're more like zombie. They look like zombies. It's kind of like a mix between that and like a regular zombie. And so Dirtch approaches and he's like, "Oh boys. Oh no. Oh no. And then all of a sudden, a loud screech is heard. And all of a sudden these claws pop out of the sand and pull itself up, and it's behind Dirtch, and Dirtch doesn't see it, and he's pointing the guns at George and the other one, I forgot, Susan. And he's holding them. He's like, "All right. Oh no. And you guys see this bigger husk called a forlorn husk pop out, and it grabs Dirtch and just slings him across the sand. And Dirtch goes flying and rolling, and he crashes into one of the bushes, and he's unconscious. His power shuts down, and this thing like roars. They haven't noticed you yet, but Dirtch is there, and these husks are starting to approach. Like they're gonna just start tearing into him. We're not in initiative just yet, but you guys decide what you're gonna do.
Can I do a bonus action?
I would say you could do one. Everyone could do one. Well, if you mess with them, you're gonna go into initiative. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I will, as a bonus action, stick my fingers up and activate my cantrip finger guns. which
Okay.
lets me just do a spell attack at range as an action per turn. So they're at the ready, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I want to ask Captain Ron what he suggests we do. I ask him directly. I'm like, do we need to save Mr. McGurch?
I think it would be in our interest to do so.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Everybody, roll for initiative. All right. So Toro, you're up.
I will shoot my finger blast at the biggest husk.
Okay.
So D20 plus 6. So 13.
That is a miss.
And then I will use my turn to move. And as a bonus action, because I used that was pre. As a bonus action for my turn, I'm gonna activate my planar focus, and my skin kind of glistens for a bit, and my AC goes up by 2.
Okay.
And that's just for free.
All right. Ron, you're up.
I tried to roll it again to add me, but I'm not seeing it. Let me refresh.
Bonus action rage, move up to one of them and swing the originator.
Okay. Ooh. Ouch. That is a miss.
That does it then.
All right. Next is going to be Little Husk. He is going to turn, seeing all the action. He is going to approach. Hydrate. Thank you for that, Hydrate. He's going to approach and run up to Ron as he's the closest target. Oh my gosh. Don't move my screen. Don't move my screen. I'm so professional. There we go. Oh yeah, he has plenty of space here. So he's going to run up to Ron, and he is going to go ahead and take a jab at you with his arms. Right now, it's actually Susan, and Susan's going to go ahead and make 2 slam attacks against you. She's going to take the first one, and that is that's a 13. I think is that a miss? Okay. I'm going to take another attack against you, and that's a 16.
That one hits me though.
Okay.
But luckily, rage damage reduction.
Oh, okay. And so, let's see. Grab that. And that is 5 points of damage, and then half it. Oh, you're going to also need to make a Constitution saving throw. That is a fail. You have to make at least a 12. So it hits you, and air is drawn. Well, you don't really have lungs though, so that kind of doesn't really apply. I'm gonna say you're probably immune to this because, well, you don't really have lungs like
I don't have organs.
Yeah, you don't have organs, so I'm gonna say you're immune to this, I guess. But let you guys know that this thing, once they hit you, air is drawn from your lungs, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls until your next turn.
Good to know.
So this thing hits you for 5, and then I think we're at, what, 2 points of damage? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next up is going to be the big one, the big boy, Forlorn Husk. The Forlorn Husk also makes 2 attacks on Ron. The first one's a 22. And then I'll go ahead and roll for the second one, and that is a 17. Both of those hit.
Oof.
Okay. So man, that hurts.
Better get syringes ready.
That's a lot of damage. All right, that is going to, because both of them hit, that's going to take 16 points of damage. I rolled really, really well. hopefully, for y'all's sake, those were
8.
my... Yeah, 8 points of damage for you. Hopefully, for those rolls, I am, I'll roll pretty bad going forward, but... Alright. So,
And if I do end up needing the potion, I don't actually have to pull it out to drink it. I just have to open it up.
that's true. You just have to break the glass on it. Alright, next up, we have Orin. Let me move this one kind of next to it.
Okay. Let me see.
I was a slime once. Oh my goodness. Now, Orin, there is water, right? All of this is water. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, but is this the messy water that...
No,
that you-
no. This is the clean. This is what they use. The town actually. This is like the clean, drinkable water. This isn't the dirty, gross water.
Okay.
It's the best water. It's not Dasani. This is like Abita Springs water.
Okay.
Nestle.
All right.
Sponsors it, please.
Evian.
I need to grab my character sheet again since I had to refresh. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I'll do this. Let's see. So, let me see. I think there's something special about my swimming. I think because what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to go for Dirtch and like while everybody else is fighting real quick. I'm gonna go to the edge of the water. I'm gonna go 10 feet, like about there. I'm gonna go into these bushes so that way I can hop out of my suit. But I want to tell everybody that like before I move that I'm gonna go rescue. See what I can do to rescue Dirtch and y'all distract them.
So you're like stepping out of, you're like stepping out of your suit, about
Yes,
to
yeah.
dive on in. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see.
On your turn, as you're diving into the water, correct, and you're going to swim as low as you can to avoid detection, I assume.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. But I'd also be curious to see if I see anything suspicious down there.
Yeah, I'm going to have you roll a perception as you go down.
Okay. So about how much you think I go in water? Like another, like an extra 5 or something, or like?
Yeah.
10 feet of my movement, technically.
It's deep. It's not the clearest water. I mean, this water, it's desert water. You know, it's going to be kind of like sandy and murky, but it's drinkable. You'd have to filter it, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the other one. So as you dive in there, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
And does your character have? I'm trying to remember. I could be wrong, but does your character have advantage on perceptions in like water or anything?
Oh, like a passive or anything? I don't know.
Just roll a regular perception then. It's fine.
All right.
Is this for my random encounter?
Yeah, one of those, Susan, is from your random encounter. You've played yourself. So, Teos, for those that don't know, he gave us a sub and he triggered part of the encounter. One of them was Susan. Susan is part of that encounter, so he's fighting his own monster.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, as you dive down and you go deep, something is super weird. Like, you expect there just to be a sandy bottom, but as you're swimming, you're catching bits and pieces of, like, metal grating, kind of, like,
Yeah, this is kind of what I was asking about Dirtch about anyway. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to do, too.
This is super weird, though. This looks like it was not... This doesn't look like a piece of a ship. This looks like it's there on purpose. And then there's, like, another... There's another, like, boxy thing there. And as you're swimming, it's, like, it's just super weird. It's throwing up some really big red flags. Super, super weird.
Okay, and then so I make a mental note to myself to go check this out again when it's all said and done.
Okay. We'll say are you able to get to him? Is that as far as you can go?
I think that was about 30 or 35 or so, but then I also used 10 feet already to like get out of my suit and to get there.
Okay.
Into the water. So I think that's fine.
Okay.
For me anyway, yeah.
All right, we'll go to Arulus next. Sorry, Arulus, go. You're up.
Okay, so could I be a support in this and that? Could I kind of sneak around or?
Yeah, you can. So all of these are all like thick, like oasis-y type grass, and these so far the husk really only see Orin, and they know that Toro, there's something over here. They don't really know what's going on beyond that. So
okay, would it be best if I rolled a stealth or
up to you.
I have sneak attack.
You can,
but I'm not be too far.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth if you want to stealth it, just so you're not found.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you stealth. They're not going to notice you at all. They're not going to hear.
Right.
They're not going to hear like the rushing of planes. So you can go as far as your movement will grant you.
Okay. So as far as like the token will take me, or
so what's your movement speed? It'll just say speed on your sheet, and you can go. So this is 25 feet.
Yeah, I have 30.
Okay, so you can go about right there. That's as far as you can go. Kind of where this like palm tree is.
All right. Yep.
And then if you want to keep moving, the next one you'd be up here.
Up to 16.
Yeah. She can be like right next to Dirtch, essentially.
Right here?
Yep. Okay, and that is going to be your turn. Spire, you are up next.
You got there faster than I did.
She's just okay. So as you guys see, Spire, you look, and all of a sudden you see Arulus, your friend, is like jumping through these bushes and like bobbing and weaving and using some of her coalition training to quickly maneuver through this brush. And all of a sudden you look, and she's on the other side of the pond with Dirtch.
Correct. Path optimization was part of the initial training. But I'm going to move up to next to Toro here. And I'm going to cast guiding bolt on Big Boy.
Okay. Is that a save for me?
No, it's just a ranged spell attack.
Okay, is that like an automatic hit, or is that a
Versus
Yeah, that's a
AC.
good question. I think that's just a hit, so that's a 12 to hit.
Yeah.
okay on the big guy?
Yeah, and it looks like it's with my +6, so you know that roll was really good.
You're rolling like me tonight.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Well, since that went swimmingly,
Ha! Swimmingly.
I didn't think about it missing, so no.
All right. Proficiency 6. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a 12. Yeah, he just...
Yeah, I was double checking that. Okay, so next up is the other little guy. He's gonna come dashing forward to let me just kind of scoot him over here. He's going to come dashing forward, and he's going to take another hit at with his 2 attacks. One is a 25, the other is a 24. I rolled once again really high. And then, are you still up?
Oh yeah, I'm not even down half yet.
Okay, so this thing like swings at you a couple times and like just is pulling goop from you, and it screams. Toro, you're up.
Toro will see that his captain is getting attacked, and he will move his full distance. Stand right here and take a swing at this this husk.
Okay.
19.
That is a hit.
Alright, so 9 damage. 9
Alright.
force.
All right, so you take off one of its limbs,
Nice. Okay.
and like part of its body, you just hit George. So
Okay.
George like crazily squawks at you. His strong hand. All right, is there anything else you would like to do?
I don't think I can do anything else as a bonus act. I'm just double checking real fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Ron, you're up.
Okay.
Going forward to Susan.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a hit. That's 7.
Yep, 7 bludgeoning.
All right, so Ron, Susan stands there, and Ron, as hard as he can, hits Susan, and its jaw just like completely shatters. It's broken, but it's still like, ah. Poor Susan. All right.
And I have half of the Berserker. I might as well use Frenzy.
Yeah.
For the duration, you can make it. Oh yeah, that is definitely a hit. Are you going after Susan again?
Oh yeah, another 12 to her.
All right, you obliterate Susan. Tell us what happens.
First one took off a limb, and as she's trying to get her balance again, just the nice cross crush.
And it like it just break. It just falls apart. Like pieces fall to the ground. It's gone. Okay. Is there anything else?
That's good for now.
All right. Next up is the big, the Forlorn Husk. The Forlorn Husk rages. No, I'm just joking. Also, I forgot to mention, for those that are just stopping in, when Ron is a barbarian, he rages, so he is green. So, jokingly, we said, and I think it's canon now, that when he rages, his goop turns a different color.
Turns red, right?
Yeah, I think we said it turns red. So the first attack is really bad, and then its second attack is a 24.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So that is 11 points of damage. All right, is there anything else? Well, I guess there's... Is there anything else, Husk? And it just goes... Ah! And that is the end of its turn. Orin, you're up.
Okay, so I see everything seems to be going well up there so far. And since Arulus is like already over to Dirtch, I think I am going to investigate what's down here while the battle's going on.
Okay.
Not that I don't not want to help, but it's a good time, I feel like, for me to actually investigate what's like whatever this is.
as you get further in, are you going to do any kind of scans? Because you do have a scanner, correct?
Yeah, so that's my question is, so I do have an Omni tool, and I figure it's something that I can...
I was about to say, most importantly, did you take it with you, and is it waterproof? I'm assuming it would, as you're a Nautilid, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I would use my scanner.
All right, go ahead and roll, I think it's a data, or whatever the scanner check is. I think
so like an intelligence?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, intelligence, or you could just roll an intelligence check because that's for data and for any kind of scanning. And then add your proficiency if you haven't already. As you go to like pull out your scan and you start trying to scan this like weird metal bottom of this, like you kind of, I will say with just passiveness, you're kind of like scanning and you notice that this metal goes all the way, like it's in patches. And you kind of move some of the sand, and it's just more and more of it. Like it's like there's a base where this metal is. You take your scanner out, however, the metal is too thick for you to actually get any kind of readings off of.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I guess that's all I can do down here. So we know something's down there at least. So.
Yep. Arulus, you're up.
Okay, so, am I close enough to do any real damage with blasters, or should I get a little bit closer?
I think the range on blasters is actually kind of far.
Okay.
Let me see.
I'd like to get a little bit closer then.
Let's see. I think... So you're about 30 feet. I think it's 60 feet. I could be making that up, but... yeah. You can get a little bit closer.
Okay. So can I go ahead and go, or do I need to roll again?
No, go ahead. Go ahead and roll an attack. Who are you aiming for? And are you just like stepping over Dirtch, or did you're just?
Yeah,
like...
pretty much. Let's see. I'd like to.
Poor Dirtch.
Sorry. I'd like to get. I guess the other husk looks less intimidating, so probably that one.
Okay.
If you aim for the one near me, you get sneak attack.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Because it's within 5 feet. It's within 5 feet.
Okay, so can I do a sneak attack, or?
Oh, well, roll your first attack first.
Let's see. My page is missing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Roll what again?
You're gonna click on your attack. In this case, you would roll your blaster, and you could just click on the word blaster.
And I say, well, going past Dirtch, you should take his mustache because it was commented how everybody in the call had really good facial hair today, and I had to remind them except one, so you might want to take his mustache.
That is a hit, and I will say you can go ahead and click on the word blaster.
All right.
In the chat. Yeah. You tell us how it goes down.
Oh yeah.
I have very good eyesight, so I'm able to line up my blasters just about where I needed it to be and let her rip.
And poor George its face kind of blows out inward. Toro, you get some of like the bits from George on you, the goopy robotic-ish bits all over your face. It's not fun.
Sorry, but not sorry.
All right. Next up is Spire. Unless you had...
I'm gonna move up next to the captain, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
And it'll heal 11.
Sweet. Captain, you have...
I am not fully healed, but I do have the best health now.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'm good.
All right, Toro, you're up.
I will walk up to the big one and take a swing at him.
Okay.
No!
Oh, no. That is a critical fail.
Fail.
You are going to... So you're going to swing at it, and
And
as...
you cut your own hand off.
Yeah, you cut your legs off. Legs come off. No, as you go to swing, you take a step back and you like ready up, and your foot actually, so you don't realize that it's kind of muddy right along the edge, and as you take a step back, you actually trip backwards and fall prone on your back. Back prone.
Can I... Okay, so at the end of my turn, can I get up, like, stand back up, reuse my movement?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
Yeah, so at the end of my turn, I kind of dust myself off real fast. And I'm back at the ready.
All right, Ron, you are up.
I'm going to assume the desert extends further to the north than the map actually shows.
Yeah, it does. I can give you like a little bit more. All right,
That
there.
would be nice.
That's as much as I have left. So you're gonna kind of like wide run around it. Were you I
was trying to get up behind it, but there wasn't a map there yet.
You're still within the 5 feet, right?
Yeah, I don't move out of the range. I was just basically moving closer in the opposite side
Okay.
of Toro.
Okay. You can go ahead and make your attack.
The big old slashy originator.
Yeah, that is a hit.
Not very good, but I get a bonus one.
That's right.
I take it's advantage, right?
Correct. That's
Okay.
what I was rolling.
Yeah.
The 17.
Yeah, it that's a hit.
And two of them.
All right.
10 points total. The minimum damage I could do.
All right. The big guy is going to take those hits, but he's going to kind of look at Toro, who's kind of in front of him, and he's going to go for a swing on Toro. Let's see. The first one. Okay, yeah, I missed on the second one. Okay, so the first one is a 23.
That's a hit.
Okay, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution save, please.
Let's see. My con is actually really good. All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you saved on it. You're still going to take the damage, but you don't take the. You're not going to get the disadvantage on that. All right. So, but you are going to take the. You're going to get damaged. Cool. That is 14 points of damage.
Golly, that's half my health.
Ouchies.
Yeah, it hit you hard.
At least I only hit once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then I dropped my... I need to roll... So my bonus action, like the +2, is like a concentration spell, so I need to roll... It's a con save to keep my concentration, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. So I dropped my 2 AC.
Okay.
Go back down to 6.
All right. All right, Orin, you're up. Are you going to keep poking around?
Okay. I think I know something's down there, so I think it's time I can move on for now. Like I know that, like clearly, like so I'm gonna go help now. I don't want to be gone for too long.
All right, are you gonna swim back to your suit because you left your suit behind, right?
No, I don't want to swim to my suit. I want to go help wake up Dirtch. I want to go help him.
All right, so if
Yes, I realize I risk like my breathing, but yes.
all right, so you're gonna swim over. Do you have enough movement speed or swim speed to get to Dirtch?
Yeah, I mean, I think I measured it, and it's like 25 feet.
Okay.
So I gotta get.
So you make it back to Dirtch. I'm gonna need you to roll a medical check. See if you can try to. And I would say with Dirtch, roll it with advantage because if this was if this wasn't a synthetic creature, it would be a little bit different. But you are you're an engineer. You're an engineer. You know how to work on these parts a little bit better than normal. So go ahead and roll a medical check with advantage.
And if I cannot save his body, I would totally like to just
take the
grab
parts.
his chip or something to preserve his like mind or intelligence.
Grab his guns too.
Well, yes, that too.
We're gonna have a second AI.
Yeah, but Dirtch is much cooler than Jeff.
Yeah, he is.
Things. Oh, third. Sorry. We had Jeff and Chef.
Chief. He changed his name.
Is cool.
You actually, you don't even have to roll unless you really want. Yeah, go ahead and roll just in case you get a 20.
Oh wait, what do you need me to roll again? Sorry.
Roll another medicine check because you had advantage. Okay, it's okay. You got on the first go, so you notice like where the damage was, and you're able to like kind of like you pull out your little welding kit and like restore like one of the wires, and you weld it back together, and he comes back on, and he doesn't get up, he doesn't move, but his eyes like pop back on, and he turns his head to you and goes, "Is my mustache okay?"
Yes.
All right. All right. And his eyes, if anybody knows, let me show, because I had a question about that. His eyes. So if you guys want to know, let me give you a close-up of Dirtch McGurch has yellow eyes. Beautiful golden, like the sun, yellow eyes.
And I have a suggestion for my crew. If we do end up having to take him as the ship AI, we should be nice and put the mustache on the front of the ship.
I think you should just do that regardless. So Dirtch is back up, and he's like, thank you, partner. All right, Arulus, you're up.
Okay, so am I close enough where I could do a sneak attack, or?
They're within 5 feet, so you can go ahead and roll. And that sneak attack, just to so everybody is on the page about it, and I'll read it from the little description here. So sneak attack is what you get at first level. Once per turn, you could deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the roll, or if you're like if you have like an ally within 5 feet. So you're gonna roll your attack, and then you can add that 2d6 damage on top of that if it's a hit.
Okay.
It's part of that sneak attack. So if you want to go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's a hit. So go ahead and roll, and then we can go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
Is that?
I put a link in chat for what my guy looks like without his suit in case they haven't seen it.
Go ahead and hit. So it's 7 with the sneak attack damage, but go ahead and hit the word blaster.
Okay.
To roll your actual damage as well. Click on the actual word blaster.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. That is quite a bit of damage. Well, that's a lot of damage. All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Next up is Spire. You guys are getting close with this thing. This thing it's suffering. Taking chunks and pieces.
I'm gonna move up next to this thing and let's go old school fisticuff style.
He's gonna box it. Spire is gonna straight up box this thing. I'm about it.
I assume that's what void shackles are. Well, hang on a second. Well, never mind. No. I was about to metagame it because it says it's necrotic damage, and I was about to be like, no, maybe I shouldn't use that. But that'd be a meta no.
That is a hit.
Yeah, 2 damage. That's so much. That's like twice as much as 1.
And at the end of the spire is going to be like, and I helped. All right, Spire. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Toro here.
Yay.
Somebody said my guy looks like an Alolan Piccolo. I love it.
And what are the words you use to heal him?
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder real quick, and I'm gonna try to stretch my mechanical facial features, and you're gonna hear like gears shattering as I try to smile. Keep up the good work, Buckaroo.
I love Spire so much.
That's great.
That's so terrifying.
And you'll heal for 6.
Thank you.
All right. Speaking of which, Toro, you are up next. You guys could take this thing out.
Yeah, if I move to the side right here, do I get advantage? Flanking or...
Yeah, you can. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so I'll just slide right there.
It's really funny if you guys notice, if I notice a battle's going on too long and you're like, can I get advantage? And I just want it to end, I just say yes.
23.
Yeah, that's a hit.
13 damage.
Oh, so close. Okay. It's still up, but it is, you slice off one of its limbs.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use my planar focus again and give myself +2 AC.
Okay. All right, Ron, you're up.
And a wacky 1. And a wacky 2.
That is a hit. First one's a hit. And okay, so I'll peek behind the curtain. Toro, you left it with 2 health. So Ron, you decimate this thing once again.
I did max damage too. I couldn't have done any more.
Yeah. So tell us how you kill it, and we're out of initiative.
Oh, I just start just wailing on it. Whack. I make sure that there's just dust left in the sand. Dust to dust, sand to sand.
He's sitting there crying and hitting him. You guys are pulling him back. He's like, no. And he just keeps running up and killing him. All right, so Dirtch is back up, and he looks over to you guys and goes, what I miss? Ooh, my head feels funny.
Your friends are all dead.
Go team!
And he kind of like shakes his head. Susan, George. He kind of walks over to their, think of that posture check. He walks over to the kind of the piles of these husk, which are now kind of like these like crispy, burnt piles, and his hand kind of like he kind of scoops up kind of some of the. He takes like a little flask out and he pours it out, and he scoops up some of their like ashen that's remained, and he kind of puts it in there and puts it on his side. I can't say thank you more than this, so I thank you all so much. If these 3 would have gotten to the and he stops for a second, he's like, the big one was different. The big one. Well, Susan and George, I knew here. That's what I usually kill. I could kill those really easily. That thing, and he points to the forlorn husk. Oh, a new sub! Oh, that's so awesome. So I'll get to you in just a second with that sub. So oh yeah, it's gonna get crazy too. So with that, more combat, absolutely. So with that thing, I've never seen that before in my life. That's new. And he kind of like, you can't really tell, it's hard to tell emotions on a Vect, but there's some emotion. You can kind of hear it within his, like, just the way he's looking at it. Like, I would say you can kind of tell that if a Vect could show fear, he's showing fear. He's scared. That's the closest the Vect can do it. So,
can I examine the thing? Is there anything of note of its body or its makeup?
are you wanting to scan it, or you're just like looking just like a regular perception?
I'm looking longingly medically.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception.
While he's trying to get a good look at it, give it another swift kick.
Double tap.
I'm really good at perception, so it should go really well.
Could be worse.
Yeah, you don't notice anything too crazy about it. You're like, meh. You know, nothing too wild. It just looks like a pile of a husk. Nothing. I mean, there's some robotic-y parts too, which you guys, I would say, passive perception, you would know that this thing is like, it has like parts, but you kind of assume that maybe they were just parts of like the synthetic and organic where they met. But yeah, Dirtch said, Orin, thank you so much for bringing me back. Did you swim across that pond? You look weird. I've never seen you without a suit before, even though I've only met you for like what, a day. But during the day, I've never seen. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Yes, my race isn't made for land necessarily, but we've made a way.
Cool. Well, at least you swam in the good water, not the bad water back at home. And he kind of chuckles to himself.
Then I proceed to tell him and the crew, I don't know what's down there, but I found something metal and very thick.
And as you say that, the ground starts rumbling. And you guys can thank our friend for the sub, Orange Me. Thank you so much,
Orange Me.
And this is just going to be, I don't have a good token for this. I need to actually like create a token. So let's just pretend this is it. A drone pops out of the water all of a sudden, and it's going to surprise attack. It's going to surprise attack you, Orin.
Okay.
A 10, I'm assuming, doesn't hit.
No.
So it's going to shoot. I need everybody.
Even without my suit, it doesn't hit.
Oh yeah, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative again. Or actually, you know what? We'll just keep the initiative that we've had before. Let's just make it easy.
Okay.
So let me just roll initiative for this drone. And that is an 18, so it puts the drone.
And then I respond before we go into initiative. If you're going to surprise attack, you should actually try hitting me.
Okay.
To its credit, doesn't it roll with advantage?
Yeah. What the drone?
No, it's just he was being cocky about it, so I was like, give it advantage.
All right. Well,
my character was being cocky. Yes.
Being sassy pants. So the drone,
as an intellectual, yes, I feel like he'd have some sort of sassiness.
Gamer Girl, thank you. You're asking what kind of drone. So this thing, it's almost like this round disc. And if you go back and listen to our episodes, we've encountered these before. So this is like a round disc, and at the bottom is kind of like a glowing red. You see like this glowing red light underneath it, but it has two sets of like little turrets on the ends of it, and then it has a camera mounted up at the top.
I think she specifically wanted you to call it a corn drone.
It is a corn drone. I totally missed where we're getting the corn thing
Amazon
from.
delivery drone. I love it.
I totally. You guys are gonna have to explain it to me later, but I totally missed where we're getting the corn thing at.
I believe it started with the fact that you call those things husks.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so it is a corn drone. Well, that is a good name for it. I'm about it. Okay, so the corn.
That's a corny joke.
Okay, so Ron, you're up, and this thing is hovering at least 20 feet, so it's pretty high up.
And I'm the colonel of corny jokes.
Well, I guess it's time to not get to swing at it. So, pew pew.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Was not supposed to be with advantage, but I think that worked out.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I'm pretty sure before it popped up was a whole minute, so no more rage. So just regular old damage.
I will say, okay, so these drones don't have a ton of health, but you hit it and it blows it up midair. So you guys are officially out of the fight.
From that.
I didn't think he was gonna do that well of an attack, so you blow the drone up.
That was a baller move right there.
So
We fought them enough, I know where to aim.
so the drone's up there and he shoots it and it blows it up. There's a gifted sub. However, another drone appears.
Oh my goodness.
That's for the gifted sub. Thank you so much for doing that. That's awesome.
Try. So now I assume you're gonna try hitting me again.
Okay, so I'm bringing another. Another drone. You blew this drone up in the air. Another one comes out of the ground. Orin, you are up. And actually, this one is also going to take a surprise attack. This time it's just going to aim for the nearest person, which is Dirtch McGurch. Please don't kill. Oh my gosh. No.
Oh no.
Dirtch takes 6 points of damage.
We didn't even heal him.
Dirtch gets hit and goes down once again. You're gonna kill Dirtch McGurch, and I'm so sad. He's not dead, but he is knocked unconscious. The drone kind of hovers around.
Just get me his chip.
Orin, you are up. Orange Me, thank you so much for those subs. I really appreciate it.
Really, since I don't have a blaster, can I try to bring Dirtch up again?
You can. Do another medical check with advantage.
Alright. My roll 20 messed up. Hold on. I gotta jump back into the game.
You're fine. Since you're not attacking the drone, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Aurelius because I know Andrea has to leave soon. So, Andrea, if you want to go ahead and make an attack, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. Am I close enough that I can do some damage? It looks like I am.
You can hit it. You'll be able to hit it with your blaster.
Okay. Let's see.
Orin, you do stabilize Dirtch, and then you do hit the drone. Go ahead and roll for damage. All right, you hit it. However, it's still up. You do take a good shot at it. It hits it. This is a little bit bigger of a drone too. But before the other one was a little bit smaller, this one's bigger. And they just keep getting worse.
With a shot.
So
literally.
it is smokes coming out, but it is going to turn its sights to you. All right, Spire, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna move over and help Mr. Dirtch McGurch.
You're gonna like pull out your you're gonna pull out a battery with some like jumper cables, and you're just gonna jumpstart Dirtch.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him gear to gear resuscitation.
Nice.
And so you said he was down, but he was stabilized by
Orin stabilized him, but he's his power is out, but he's alive. You just gotta connect a couple wires. So if you want to try to just do a medicine check, you can. And you can have advantage on it if you want to, or are you going to cast a spell on Dirtch?
Well, since I rolled that nice 22, I will keep that.
Okay. You stabilize him, and you roll a d20. This is kind of a funny spot since we did this a little bit different. Just roll a d20, and I'll give you whatever. Straight d20. Okay, so he's up for 3 health. You're able to you have like a tube that you connect this power cord, and then you connect a power cord to him, and then you just squeeze really hard, squeeze your fist, and you charge, and he pops up, his eyes pop back open, and he's like, I need to stop getting hit, man. This is hurting. And Dirtch is up.
Don't worry, you cannot die if you did not live.
And he kind of looks at him.
That's heavy.
And he just kind of winces at you with his robotic eyes. It's the top and the bottom are kind of grayed out, but leave a small, thin layer of yellow. Next is Toro. Toro, you're up.
Toro will once again use a bonus action to bite his finger, and then he'll blast it with his action. So it's a 1d20 plus 6. So it's 26.
All right, that is a hit.
And it's 1d8 force.
That is a crit.
Are you going to double it, or you want me to roll 2?
It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why, once you blow it up. And you blow it up. So the drone explodes all over the water, and there's pieces that are falling from both drones. Thank you again, Orange Me, so much for those subs, gifted subs. Okay, so Dirtch looks, he goes, what the heck just happened? What was that?
I told you all there was something down there.
Do you not have random drones pop up right here?
No!
All the time.
No!
Now that you mention it, it really does.
What the heck? From the water? What? And he's just kind of...
Normally water, sometimes from the wall.
Well, this don't make no sense.
There's this outside force which is able to affect us here.
Well, this doesn't make no sense. Whatever.
You get used to it.
We got to get back to town. Let's go.
Before we leave, I do have a question.
Yes.
Has the doctor in town been able to examine any of the husks?
It's embarrassing to say no. I don't think we ever have. Okay. Bubble Pop Phantom gifted a sub to Really Anxious. Thank you so much, Bubble Pop. I think we're done with drones, but I have one other thing planned when we get back to town, and that'll be for you. That I just came up with in my head. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
So I'm thinking we may want to try to take some of these husks, especially the bigger one, back to him and see if he has anything he can come up with.
Captain might need a vacuum for the one that you killed.
I'll say this.
There's a couple of parts left.
The little ones have kind of burned into ashes, which Dirtch scooped up and bottled. The big one has pieces. You can bring pieces of it. And Dr. Boris can be able to do that. So, all right.
Can I investigate the lake further or no? Or are we just going back?
It's up to you. You can. You're more than welcome to.
I want to see if there's something that kind of helps reveal more of what's down there, or if there's an entrance somewhere, or.
I'll just say you could do an.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to see if I can just get more info.
Okay. I'll say you could just you take your scanner and you could do a scan of the lake. Go ahead and roll intelligence. Because while you were down there, you didn't see anything. Yeah, water. I love it.
Not
Your
great.
scanner is unable to find any kind of entrance port. It's kind of weird. It's unable to find any kind of like where these things would come from. They just popped up out of the lake.
Or no like logo or anything that reveals what it is down there or something.
Okay. Well, I will say that your scanner is picking up AI tech.
Ooh, okay. So whatever's down there has a personality or has some kind of intelligence tied to it. Okay. All right.
Well,
They call it
AI, it may be, but also
Oh, the AI.
Astrogations Inc. It's property of Astrogations Inc. That's what you're picking up on your scanner. That it's like, and I'll even say if you guys all want to just roll perception real fast, you can pick some of the drone parts are kind of floating towards the water.
Actually, yeah, I should have thought to investigate that instead.
Arulus picks up a piece of the drone, and there is the AI logo on one of the drone pieces. Toro, you notice some of the parts. Some of the parts that you see from the drone look similar, like some of the like smaller like fitted pieces look similar to Dirtch is like fitted pieces, which is kind of weird because Dirtch is a very old robot.
Yeah, didn't they say they were from AI or somebody who was from
Yes.
like the company? Yeah.
the Colonel in the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, the Marshal. Okay.
Yeah, they're a mission that originally came from AI, and the Colonel was basically their military liaison.
Yeah, but he kind of took charge of the town.
I proceed to tell Dirtch, you were right in that your presence here is being controlled, it seems.
And he kind of looks at the parts. We got to get back to town right now. Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys are on you guys get back on the scooter, the speedster, and you guys go back to Rum Tum Town. By the time you get back, it is actually getting dark. However, you hear a commotion in the town. It's not good. So as you're in the town, you guys kind of pull up, we'll say, right here. Standing kind of over here is the dock, and around him, surrounded by him, there's a few people, and the Colonel is punching the doctor and just like beating him down in the street. You guys see the Colonel, and this is for you. This wasn't the original plan, but thanks to the I think it was it Gamer Girl that no, Bubble Pop. Thank you again for the sub. The Colonel
Pop.
eyes are blue, and he's lost control. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, I can't wait to kill this dude.
You can move your tokens into the town. It's going to be a little bit more difficult since this is not technically a battle map. I don't know if you can. We'll just kind of have to.
There's a way to free move. I believe it's like Alt or Control or something.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so let me actually hold on before you do it. Let me clear this out, and then I will put the Colonel down. Bubble Pop, you made the Colonel a bad guy, like a worse guy. He was already a bad guy, but you made him
Yeah.
into a even worse.
I'm just kind of stoked we probably get to kill him because I was kind of wanting to.
Yeah, he is not a good person. Okay,
He
Colonel.
just quickened his death, and I'm all for it. Or ours.
I am at peace. Okay, so from the top we have Orin, then Toro, then Spire, Ron, Arulus, and then the Colonel. Dirtch is literally trying to pull people back. Dirtch is like, get back, everybody, get back. And the Colonel is just, like I said, like think of, once again, I'm going to use Mass Effect as a good reference. If you look at like the elusive man has those blue eyes, and the Colonel has a robotic arm, and he is just taking, just nonstop hitting the doctor. So, Orin, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move up here by Ron. I'm going to shoot at him with my cannon.
Okay.
I was going to say, are you using the thing made of slime as a shield?
No, I'm right next to you. Okay, hold on. Let me refresh again real quick.
Just because we got to get a move on. Just because it's kind of getting late. Toro, why don't you go ahead and take it, and just let me know, Orin, when you're ready, and we'll go. So, Toro, go ahead.
How far are we? That's a scale.
It's yeah. I'll double that. 50 feet.
Double? Okay, that's all right.
I got it.
Oh, you're good now? Okay. That is a miss for sure. It actually backfires.
No longer being behind me.
It backfires actually, and your gun is broken. You critically failed that. You critically failed that.
Can I have one of yours, Dirtch?
And Dirtch is too busy. Like, he's not even next to you. He's like pulling people away because the crowd is like getting in close.
That's rough.
As a bonus action, I will light my fingers up again, and I will move my full distance, which is like right here, I think, and I will shoot at him. 8.
That is a miss. Oh wait, is that a direct hit or?
No, it's an 8. Like an 8 to hit.
No, that is definitely a miss.
My turn.
I will let you guys know he's tough. This is a battle hardened soldier. I mean, he's old, but he's still got some kick. All right, Spire, you're up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how into this is the crowd? The crowd is kind of surrounding. They're a good like 10, 15 feet back. Dirtch has kind of like pushed a pathway like to open up a space so our heroes aren't just shooting at the crowd trying to get to the colonel. So they've been like all pulled back. Dirtch just continues like throwing people like with his Vect self, like pulling the crowd to the side and like yelling at them to move. Dirtch really never fights. That's the key there. Yeah, like an entertain, not yeah, exactly. All right, Spire.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay. And this is on the colonel.
Yeah, he'll have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I failed.
Oh yeah.
The colonel goes to swing and he stops, and he can't move, and he's like,
I love Hold Person.
And he's stuck, not move.
Hold Person helped us win some pretty big fights in Strahd.
All right, Ron, is there anything else, Spire?
Nope.
All right, Ron, you're up.
I forgot push to talk. Since he's held, I don't want to necessarily go lethal if I can stop it. But let's still take some lovely swacks at him.
Okay.
Beat that man to a pulp.
That is a hit.
A pulp, but a living pulp.
Okay.
Make him breathe through a tube.
Oh, he definitely is. Okay. Is there anything else?
I don't think he felt that is very comfortable. No, I think that's good. I don't want to go to another frenzy. It'll be more...
Okay. Arulus, you are up.
Exhaustion.
Okay, can I do a blaster attack?
You're going to have to move up a little bit, but yeah, you can...
Okay.
You can make one.
How far can I go?
Up to your movement, so 30 feet. But remember, it's doubled, so... Which I just realized you guys I think you guys may not have gone. You can go, like, right here, next to Spire.
Yeah. Okay. So is this still my turn, or?
Yeah, no, it's your turn. You can go ahead and roll an attack.
All right.
Or, I will say this, too. You are able to... You don't have to. You can... Just an option. You guys can tie him down. Or you can kill him. You know, it's whatever. It's D&D. Do what you want.
I feel like killing him would solve a lot of problems.
It would, but do we really want to kill somebody who's being held, and we can just as easily go unconscious with and tie him up and kill him if we have to later when he is defenseless?
Yeah, we could tie him up and ask him questions.
Yeah, interrogation style. Could we incapacitate him?
Yeah.
You could do a non-lethal attack if you want to switch your blaster to... You could switch it between lethal and non-lethal.
From kill to stun.
Stun, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a stun blast then.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
Now it's just a little...
Oh my goodness, that's a really good roll. I didn't expect that. He has a high AC. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh yeah.
For the sake of moving the story along, I will say you incapacitate him and initiative's over. So he drops down stunned. Dirtch says, "Don't kill him, please." And Dirtch stands between Ron. Dirtch is actually going to kind of like stand between you and him and say, "Please don't kill him. Please don't."
I say we disarm him literally of that robotic arm so he can't punch anyone again. And I light my sword up.
We're going to need that guy's arm.
So Toro, you walk over to him and you give him a swift chop. It tears his arm up. Dirtch turns. Dirtch will turn and say, "Take him. There's a cell that there's a makeshift cell. Just take him in, please. Don't hurt him, please."
Yeah, I officially call him armed now.
I disarmed.
He's unconscious. Okay, so you guys take him away. You can actually remove your tokens from the board here. I'll do it.
Yeah, I tell Spire to make sure he doesn't die.
And so the two he'll get two of the people, and he actually requests that one of you go with those because he's just like, just go. Somebody needs to go with him and make sure he goes in the cell. You show him where. And you notice two of the people that, like the scientist guys that walk out. One is an orc, and then the other one is a dwarf, and they kind of are really hesitant about touching him completely. They're sitting there like kind of conflicted, because they ultimately, this is their leader. Like they don't want to get in trouble. So they're very loyal to him as well. So Dirtch is like, one of you go, and he's like, the dwarf goes, "Mr. McGurch, I don't feel right about this." And Dirtch turns, he's like, "Listen here, Carrick, I'm the sheriff, and I gave you an order. You go do it. You understand me? One of you, I suggest going with these two. Make sure he goes in that cell."
I'll go.
All right, Orin is going to escort. The colonel to the cell, and you guys are just kind of standing out. As you go, as you guys know, the tavern is kind of lit up, and he kind of breathes a little heavy, and the crowd kind of disperses, and Dirtch will say, "It's been a long night." Thank you for that posture check. "It's been a long night. Why don't we just go to the tavern? I don't drink, but Obviously, I'm a robot. But why don't I buy you all something on me? Our town makes a good little whiskey, if you're interested. Can I offer that? It's just to thank you for our help. I got a lot to figure out with the Colonel right now, and I could use a night of just relaxation. Any of you takers? Anybody else?
I figure I'm still at the cell, right? Or no?
So does everybody want to go with Dirtch?
I want to help tend to the wounded doctor, and then I'll go with Orin to make sure everything's okay with Disarm Man.
Okay, can you roll me? The doctor is hurt really, really bad. Like gonna die. Like hurting. Even if you help him, he's gonna be like almost in a coma. So if you wanna, you can either cast something, or if you want to try to stabilize him, roll something to try to stabilize him, you can.
Can I try Spare the Dying? I touch a living creature that has like 0 hit points. I don't know if he does or not, and the creature becomes stable.
Yeah, I'll let you do it, but he's gonna be unconscious, and so you're gonna have to take him back to the medical tent to try to you're gonna have to try to take him back to the medical tent to like get him hooked up to machines to make sure he's gonna live through the night.
Do I need to perform surgery?
Yeah, he's gonna need surgery.
Then I'll stay with him all night, and I will perform surgery.
Okay. So is it just Toro and Ron and Arulus going to the tavern?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So he looks over, and I'm so sorry, guys. I actually need to make a token for the bartender, but they walk into the Broken Arrow Inn. That's what it's called here. And when Toro opens the door to the tavern, there's a few patrons left and right. And Toro's going to look up and see a very familiar face standing at the bar of that tavern. It is Vatya.
I assume. Yeah.
It is Vatya. Vatya is standing there. You notice she looks, and there's her face, like there's a part of her face is like metal, and she looks much older. But that's her. And guys, that is where we're going to end for this session. There we go. All right, you guys. Stay safe, stay nerdy, be blessed. Have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.